This is the Sicilian swordfish recipe that you need. It comes from the town of Messina, where my friend Roberto is from. He introduced me to this recipe 15 years ago, and every time I go to his house, he makes it for me. This is his mom recipe, who got the recipe from her mom. It's beautiful, classic, simple, and when you have something so beautiful, you don't change anything. So today, I'm giving you Roberto's recipe. This is the one. To make Sicilian swordfish, we need the swordfish. And I've got fresh swordfish steaks. I've got one each, one per person. It's 3 of us, so 3 pieces. I'm using Kalamata olives, about 7 Kalamata olives per person. A nice generous tablespoon of capers. Red hot chili peppers, if you like it hot, you don't have to, but I think this dish really needs to be nice and spicy. 3 garlic cloves, 1 per person. 300 grams of cherry tomatoes, about 20 cherry tomatoes. Chopped parsley, extra virgin olive oil, salt and pepper. First thing to do, let's chop the tomatoes in half. If you're using big cherry tomatoes, I would say cut them into 4, but I think half is the right thing to do. So yeah, you want them to be juicy. Please pick nice juicy cherry tomatoes. It's very important. I like to cut the cherry tomatoes like long way, like this, so it's easier to get the juice out. Because if you do this, it's still fine, but so basically if you do this way, it's not gonna get flat the other way you want this to be. Like I said, this is optional, but I think you must have it in this dish. My friend Roberto, he taught me how to make this recipe, and he did say, if you do not put chili, you cannot make this dish. I don't eat chili much, but I agree with him, this dish needs the kick, and it is extremely important. You can use a mild one if you want, you don't have to use a super spicy one, but you do need to have the kick. First thing to do, get a nice large pan so it fits the 3 big swordfish steak. On a low heat, we cook this on a low heat for now, and generous amount of extra virgin olive oil. Now we add a little splash of water, just before the oil gets hot, okay? Just a little splash. Now we crush the garlic. Crush the garlic in there. Crush another clove. Here it is. Right, now we do not want to burn the garlic. The water will help, but the water eventually will disappear, okay? So what we do now, straight away, we add the cherry tomatoes. And the juice of the cherry tomatoes will help not to burn the garlic. Now, something else you need to remember, guys. You want to use more cherry tomatoes? Please do. Don't use less, but if you do, use more. We can use less, otherwise it's not going to be juicy, especially for 3 steaks, you know. If I use less, we won't get enough juice, that's the only thing. Now, I like to put the nice spicy, the chili right now. So we got half of the chili going in at the moment, and we got half to put at the end. So let's give flavors to the oil. It's all about giving flavors to the oil, the extra virgin olive oil. What I like to do now is I like to help the cherry tomatoes to get the juice out. And because they've already been cooking for a few minutes, if I gently do this, I speed up the process. See the juice? See how it's coming out? Not pressing too hard. Can you see how much juice there is already in there in no time? It's so important. And there is half of the juice still in each cherry tomatoes. Keep pressing gently and help the juice to come out. This is done, which means now we can add capers and Kalamata olives. With the Kalamata olives, what I like to do is I like to press. I want to get the juice out of the olives, just like that. Press, and you put them inside. They are pitted, so they're safe for you to eat, and press. We also add the capers. The capers are under salt and they've been washed. If you get capers in vinegar, wash them. If they are in salt, wash them too. Guys, make sure you always wash the capers before you put them inside. Doesn't matter if you get them marinated in vinegar or salt. They need to be washed very well. Now this is what we do. At this point, we just put a little bit of parsley, not too much, just a little bit. So salt, We're not putting much salt, just a little bit. We're gonna put more salt when we put a steak inside. Now quickly stir. So beautiful. Stunning, easy. Now we need to place the swordfish steaks in there. So let's make space. So here is one. Here is the second one. And here goes the third one. Before we cover the pan, let's put salt on the swordfish steak. A generous amount of pepper. And now we cover this. We cover it for a few minutes. The swordfish doesn't need much to cook. I would say 7 minutes the most. So we're gonna do 3.5 minutes per side, and then we eat it. Done in no time. It's actually been less than 3 minutes, and look at that. Look how beautiful. The smell. I've got the smell of the ocean in my kitchen. Oh, beautiful. Now we turn them. Let's turn this side first. See how it's beautifully cooked? Look how nice this one is, look. This is mine, the biggest one. Now this is the moment where you want to cover your swordfish with cherry tomatoes, the olives. Now this is the moment where you want to cover the fish with the juice. Ladies and gentlemen, look how nice this is. This is swordfish alla messinese, the Sicilian swordfish. There's a few things left to do here. Look at that. We're gonna add some parsley for the final decoration. And then we're gonna put the chili on. Nice hot chili. I want you to come and have a look at this. Big steak, but this is actually cooked to perfection. I will cut it so you can see. But look how pretty, look at the colors. You got the colors of the capers, the cherry tomatoes, the parsley, the olives. These flavors go very well together, very colorful at the same time, so it makes this a piece of art. At the end, when it's cooked, feel free to add more salt if you like. I don't like it too salty, but if you want, put more, and this is the time to do it. This is the best time of the video recipe. Please write a comment below, let me know what you think. This is it. I go with a big knife, and this is my steak. I cut it, and look at that. Look how it's beautifully cooked. Is it moist? Let's see. I want this to be nice and moist. I want this to be full of flavors. Let's see. It's juicy. It is juicy. It's a big swordfish steak, and it melted in my mouth. It's moist, it's juicy. It's got the flavors of the olives, the capers. Beautiful. The ocean is in my mouth at the moment. You wanna put more salt? Put more salt. More pepper? Put more pepper. I try not to use too much salt because you don't have to, but please add more salt. I want all the flavors here in one bite. And I can taste everything. Everything is fresh. Now, if you come inside this pan, come inside, come and have a look. If you come right inside, you can see how juicy it is. So the swordfish release some water, like any other fish, and it's nice and juicy. So the piece of fish here gets lots of flavors. And at the same time, I like to get my cherry tomatoes, my olive, and the caper all at the same time to have an explosion of aromas into my mouth. Look at this. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. This swordfish, it's a must. Guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you're gonna make this because you do deserve it. Your belly deserves it. Thank you so much. I will see you in the next Vincenzo's Plate video recipe. E ora si mangia! Sicilian swordfish. Ciao!